In this video, we will discuss editing pressure networks. If you'd like to follow on with this video, please open the file editingpressurenetworks.dwg located in the training folder as discussed in the Working with this Dataset video. Civil 3D provides many ways to edit pressure network objects. Let's go ahead and examine this functionality. Let's zoom into the location where our existing ties into our proposed. The first thing you always do to edit any of your parts is to simply select them. You'll notice a couple of things happen here. First, we have the grips. If you hover over any of these grips here, you can edit any of the different parts. I can edit the deflection angle. If I hover over this grip, this is the location angle. If I hover over this grip, I can continue the layout. And this one here will lengthen the pipe object. Also notice the Pressure Network Contextual tab that allows me to modify as well as analyze the different parts of the pressure network. In this case, we want to tie the existing network into this location here. I'll go to the Modify panel, Edit Network dropdown, and we'll select the Plan Layout Tools. So what we need is a T-connection. So if we look at our Insert panel, I'll click on my parts list here. You'll notice I have a T-connection that I can select from. I'll go ahead and click on Add Fitting. And notice the command line window tells us to specify a placement point for fitting. And I'll go ahead and pick this location here. And there's my first location for the T-fitting. Press Escape. And now, notice that when I select this object here, notice how I can't actually change the different grips I had before. It's because it's connected to the fitting. I can't change the location, but that would break the connection to the fittings. So now what I want to do is select the T connection here, and notice how you get a nice bunch of grips that you can do all kinds of things with. You can flip them. These are very similar to the dynamic grips that you would define with dynamic blocks. I can also continue the layout here. I can also continue the layout here. Or I can, of course, move the location of this to this location here. So I can just snap right there. Notice how it extended that pipe automatically. I'll press Escape. And then what I can also do is select this one here. And I'll go ahead and pick my lengthen part. And notice how when I hover over this, what does it do? It actually will connect it to that fitting. It's a fantastic feature of Civil 3D and pressure networks. So let me go ahead and select all these pieces to verify that. We'll take them into the object viewer. There you have it. They're all connected very nicely into the fitting. Some of the other things that you can do is, of course, you can select your pipe or fitting, and then you can go to its specific properties. You can then change the style. You have some limited functionality as far as changing the elevations and the northing and eastings and so on, but notice how you cannot change the different type of pipe that it was. To do so, you would simply select it and delete it, and then you could actually redraw that part using the Plan Layout Tools. You can also navigate to your pressure network, and then you can, of course, expand it and then select the different categories that you want. And I can, of course, select a few of these here. Let's say I wanted to change the style of these objects. You could simply do so globally by simply right-clicking on the column header and selecting Edit, and then you could actually change the style for those specific entities. Again, you're a little limited to what you can do as far as the size of the pipe and so on within here. Also, right-click on the actual network collection and go to the Pressure Network Properties, and you will also have the ability to change the default layout settings for creating new pipes and fittings and appurtenances. You can also define the default labels that apply to the profile and the section view as well. Notice some of the other options to break apart pipes, move parts, slide parts, and so on. Many of these can be done with the grip editing functionality as well.